This is the next morning now. We finished up beans last night. Ended up getting just over 4,000 bushels off of 59 acres. So came up to about 68.5 bushels to the acre. This is our neighbor's rake, and we're gonna be renting it to rake up this bean stubble here. We have a neighbor that does custom round baling, so he's gonna come out and bale it after I get it raked up. Raked up the first field. It's good to rake it up a little bit before they're gonna start baling, so the breeze can kind of blow through these windrows, dry them a little bit more, but it feels pretty good. This year the stalks are a lot drier than some years. Some years we have pretty green stalks, and then it's a little questionable to bale. You don't want them wet. This is my last pass of raking. Went pretty quick, so we'll let those custom balers come in, bale it up. I'm gonna take this rake back to the neighbor. He's actually started baling now, just on the first field. It is Saturday morning now, and yesterday they came and baled up all those bean stalks. We're gonna go over and pick them up now. Dad's gonna take the Kubota. I'm gonna take this tractor to our neighbor. He has a couple flatbed wagons that he's gonna let us borrow because we don't really have a good flatbed wagon. I was just over at that farm and it looks like there's quite a few bales there, so should be a little bit of a job to haul them in. That's good. The farm that these bales are at is the farm that we rent. It's about a mile away. Come on, man, speed it up. That Kubota actually moves pretty good for a skid loader.
I'll let Eric run the skid loader. My arm's getting better, but it's not 100% yet. I just need to be careful. It's really nice having 2-speed on these skid loaders because it gets her done faster traveling around. And I definitely got the best job here. I just get the tool around on a nice John Deere while Eric loads. Oops, haven't got tore a little bit.
We got one load filled up. My dad's heading down there. We have our tractor with the drill at that field. We're gonna work at getting cover crops in these bean fields. He's gonna do that while I'm hauling this back home. And the bale spear, we only have one, so I stuck it in. We're gonna use the other skid loader home to unload these. Hopefully we make it. I think I got the load pretty solid. We stuck them on their sides, on the back and the front of that wagon to hold everything still. And then that whole wagon I just put on the side so that they aren't moving around, rolling around or anything. We got 19 bales on this first load. That's pretty good. You can see we got quite a few bales out there to pick up. We made it. So I think this stuff might be the best bean bedding we've made. Sometimes the stalks are kind of green, but this time they're so dry, it's gonna be really good bedding. We mainly just use these bales for this barn right here. It's for our pregnant heifers. It just helps save some wood shavings. Wood shavings is expensive, so if we can make some of our own bedding, it's nice. And sometimes we do use this up at the other farm if we need some bedding. So I gotta go get the skid loader and then we'll unload these, put them up in the barn there. So I just ran back to the farm, a little out of breath, but we have this skid loader for shavings we're gonna have to use. I kind of wish we would have kept our LS 180 New Holland that we used to have. There's certain times where it'd be nice to have another skid loader like that, a little bit bigger. We decided that one wasn't worth keeping around just because we wouldn't need it that often. We'd have to maintain it and everything. When we need a second one, we can use this one. It's just a little bit smaller, a little bit slower. One of these wagons is hard to back. There's no way I'm backing two out of here, so I'm just gonna push this one. The reason we do round bales is we like to roll them out in the pen, come apart pretty easy, so it's kind of handy once you gotta use them. Although maybe big square bales wouldn't be a bad option either. Now let's see if I can back this wagon. We have someone else running the no-till drill now, so my dad doesn't need to. Rather than switching skid loaders, we're just gonna use this one. We'll take it home. It's so much quicker and better. This Kubota's got a sealed cap too, so the dust isn't blowing in on me. guy named Eric helping us out running the drill. My dad just stopped to check, make sure there's still seed in it.
Stacking these bales in nice and tight. This will be our winter bedding for the heifers. Try to keep the heifers happy.
All right, this barn's full. We got 57 bales plus a couple small ones, and that should give us plenty of bedding for the winter. Now let's see if Dad can back this wagon. See, these wagons are way harder to back than a straight trailer because you got 2 pivot points. We got 25 bales left in the field. That holds 19 or 20. We don't want to have to take the skid loader back out again for a little bit more. We're going to take another trailer along. I think my mom's going to drive the truck with our other flatbed trailer, and then we'll get the last fuel on that one. Got my mom in the pickup. Dad's gonna unload the rest of those bales there, and he brought me back over to this farm again to seed the rest of this rye. Just the that top field up there is about 4 or 5 acres. All right, I finished up. Now we have a neighbor that wants to rent this drill for a little bit, so I'm gonna drop it off at his place and head back. I guess all the bales fit. So yeah, it yielded really well. We got about 85 bales off of 25 acres of soybean stubble. That'll be nice. We'll have plenty for the heifer farm, and we might end up using these round bales at the bed pack pen there for the special needs cows. Save a little bit of wood shavings.